Hello, welcome to episode 4 of Siano on the Sidelines. I'm Karina Justice, joined by Maddie Sims, and of course Sterling's athletic director, Mr. Ken Siano. Thanks for joining us this week. We missed you last week. So, you were at this athletic director convention in Atlantic City. What is that?
Well, first off, it kind of broke my heart to not be part of last week's episode. It was kind of tough for me to kind of sit back and let somebody else take the reins, and I'll kind of touch on that later in the episode. But the convention was great. I learned a lot of great things. For me, it was awesome to actually meet the people that I am constantly emailing and on the phone with, kind of put a face to their email, face to their name, kind of network a little bit. There were some opportunities to talk to vendors and see what kind of equipment they could provide for us, and a lot of classes about ways we can improve our sports, our athletics, how I can stay mentally in the game as the athletic director. So it was a good time, and I look forward to going again next year.
Awesome. Hopefully you don't miss another show with us next year.
Listen, this is my favorite part right here of the week. Can't miss another one.
No.
We are going to be chatting with Mr. Siano today, breaking down the progress of our spring sports and activities and looking ahead to their upcoming schedules. We will even have a special guest appearance from the Unified Sports Teams coach, Miss Julia Kirk, to chat about her thoughts and experience from starting a unified sports team here at Sterling. More on that in a bit, but let's start with recognizing the preseason stats of our spring sports.
So first we're going to start with softball, and last year they graduated 3 seniors, Jayla Davis, Caitlin Ott, and Julietta Perez. But this year they're in the same situation, graduating 3 seniors, Karina Justice, Riley Huber, and Michaela Carr. Last year they had a new head coach, and this year they also currently have a new head coach, Coach Kazaneski, Coach Emily Kazaneski, our man behind the scenes right now, his daughter, and he's actually the coach of the baseball team. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so from what I understand, the girls had an impressive scrimmage yesterday, beating which team was it again?
Overbrook.
Overbrook, and who's the coach of that team?
Your wife.
Oh, my wife. Yeah, so it was awesome at home to be able to kind of have that one up on her, and I'm sure she's going to watch us. So this will be awesome. Thank you for that, girls.
Welcome. All right, we're going to go transition over now to some baseball. Baseball this year is going to be graduating 14 seniors, and last year they had only 2 seniors. Their overall record was 9-16 on the season, and their conference record was 2-8. They had a playoff win last year against Oak Crest, but this year their top returners will be senior Vaughn McVeigh, who had a 3.15 ERA and pitched 53 innings of baseball. Senior Jason Camardo with a 3.24 average and 17 walks and 12 steals. And Luke Lomax with a 3.18 batting average with 2 home runs and 4 doubles while he was a sophomore.
Yeah, that was a good team. So actually one of my first Sterling sporting events was that Oak Crest game, and it was a great game. I sat there behind the dugout and got to see everything happen unfold at Oak Crest, and it was quite impressive. And to be returning essentially the whole team, I mean, what more could you ask for if you're Coach K? You have 14 seniors, a lot of experience, and we should have a bright season ahead of us.
Yeah, and speaking about the season ahead of us, they have 5 games. 3 of the next 4 games will be home, and the away game, the 4th away game, is actually going to be at Riverside in Camden, the old River Sharks field.
Yeah, Campbell's Field there in the River Shark Stadium. It's actually a quite cool place to play. So it's cool that the baseball team is able to experience that, and it's going to be something that's not normal for them. But we have a nice start here at the Castle, so the beginning of the season should be pretty successful. I'm looking forward to it.
Sounds good.
Switching gears to the lacrosse team. So they graduated 3 seniors, last year, Shay Wiley, Aaron Quinn, and Morgan Sims. And this year, they have about 5 seniors, Antonio Troilo, Fallon Shinseki, Adriana Zazada, Callie Winters, and Madison Hickman. And 2 out of 5 of our seniors are actually committed for lacrosse. Tony committed to Kutztown University, and Adriana committed to Keene University for lacrosse. So congrats to them. And if you look at their roster, a lot of their rosters are underclassmen. And I know a returner who is a sophomore is Lily Byrne, and she is a phenomenal player, so look out for her. Their record last year in the division was 9-7, and conference-wise was 3-5. And their first round playoff, we lost to Madison.
That was a tough loss.
Yes. Looking at their schedule now, their first 5 games, we start with Monday at Triton, then we go to Washington Township, Cherry Hill East, Haddon Township, and Haddon Heights. And 3 out of 5 games are away for the Lady Knights.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know who created this schedule. Because
Isn't that you who creates the schedule?
I'm going to point the finger at somebody else because that is a tough start to the season. But I'm confident the girls will be fine.
The opposite of baseball with all those away games.
No,
Yeah, I don't know who scheduled this one. Not good there. Not good.
The athletic director.
Now looking to the boys lacrosse team. The boys lacrosse team yesterday beat Ewing 18-1. Good job, boys.
Yeah,
Their
1-0. Good job.
Their record from last year, though, 11-6 overall and 8-0 in the division, and they won the division championship. So congrats to them last year. Their leading goal scorers, Jake Spiritoso had 66, Carson Wiley had 42, Jeremy Clark had 19, Dominic Gordon had 16, and James Hall had 15. And 2 out of those 5 leading scorers are returners. And last year they graduated 15 seniors, and this year they graduated 11.
Yeah, that's a lot of losses there. So
Yeah, a
do you
lot
have
of
anything to
losses,
say about
but
that?
look, when you're winning your first game 18-1, you're off to a good start, and that's really all that matters.
Yeah.
It's about keeping the ball rolling now. See if we can stack some wins.
So you think these upcoming seniors are really going to step it up this year?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I got faith in Coach Wiley. He does a great job with those kids, and they'll be prepared. They'll be ready to win. They're going to score some goals, and they're going to be, again, in that contention for the division in my mind.
Yeah. Speaking of a team ready to win, we're going to head over into boys volleyball.
So their last year's seniors were Dio Emerson, Abin Harbert, and Brennan Rebecca. And their record in the division was 6-16, and conference-wise it was 5-13. Now this year, they have 4 seniors, 4 sophomores, 1 freshman, and 8 juniors. So kind of a mix for both underclassmen and upperclassmen, I would say.
Well-balanced team.
Yeah.
Heavy
And
for the seniors, though.
yes. And for their schedule, their next 5 games, they play tomorrow at Pennstalken Tech, 3:45 start, April 1st home against Lenape, April 3rd home against Cedar Creek, April 4th away at Moorestown, and April 8th home versus Camden. So they are 2 games away, and 3 games are at the Castle.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have any experience with Penn Tech's gym. It's probably one of the coolest places to play. It's like the size of a classroom.
Oh,
And
no.
the fans are literally on top of you, so there's not going to be many balls that are hit out of bounds that the kids can save because they'll hit a wall. They'll literally hit a wall. And there's like a little area up top that people are looking down on you during the course of the match.
Wow.
So it's a great experience. They should start off pretty well in that game, I would believe, and then Lenape is going to be pretty tough coming here.
You
That's
think
gonna be
that's
a
going to
tough
be
one.
something that the team's going to have to adjust to, playing with that different kind of court and different environment?
Well, the court dimensions are the same. So it's the same court. It's just what's outside of it. So,
Yeah.
We have a little bit of room before our bench and where the players sit. They're not going to have that there. There's no room outside the court, but it's probably one of the coolest places to play.
That sounds real fun, actually.
Yeah. It's a great start to the season.
So we are now moving on to boys tennis, a team who has just recently doubled their roster from last year. They now have 12 players, and 6 of those 12 will be returning players. They have 8 total freshmen and sophomores, and they only graduated 2 seniors last year, Will Bogan and Daniel Garand. Their record was only 1-13. However, the boys team looks to come back strong this season. What do you What are you looking forward to see this
Well,
tennis team?
I think you touch on it right away there. The big thing is doubling the numbers. We have the perfect guy running that program in Coach Strauss. And what more could you ask for? You got kids that want to be out there. He's going to make sure those numbers keep increasing. And the more numbers you have, the more successful you'll be. So I'm confident in the future of that program.
Yeah, looking forward to the program growing.
Yeah, me
So now we're going to move on to golf.
So for golf, if you look to the left of your screen, those are the 2024 graduated seniors, which is a pretty decent amount. And if you look to the right, you have 2025 players to watch, which are exciting. The coaches for the golf team are Justin Behringer and Ashley Sharman. Their previous record was 6-13, most of the wins since 2016. So for golf, their first match is actually today versus Cumberland. So good luck to our golf team. Cumberland lost the last 3 matches, while Sterling won the last 3 matches. So good job to our golf team.
Yeah,
and they graduate 1 senior this year, Kenny McCardle.
I think the big thing for the golf team here is like the rise of the girls on the team. So now we're kind of looking for some more matches that are like our girls versus our team's girls. And it's just going to keep growing. We have a lot of numbers there. Coach Sharman does a great job with them. Coach Barrender does a great job with them. So hopefully that's another thing on our plate next year where we're kind of growing and building that team.
Yeah, I think Coach Sharman's very adamant about creating a girls golf team.
Yeah, she's very adamant about it, which is great. You like to see people advocating for what they believe in, especially in my position. So I respect that a lot. And let's see what we could do for her.
Yeah. So now we're going to go to girls track for 2024.
Girls track 2024. Laurel Conway broke the previous javelin school record of 114 feet, getting 131 feet as the Camden County Championship. 3 girls, Laurel Conway, Cara Capolino, and Anaya Brown, were recruited to Division I schools, including the University of Delaware, LaSalle, and Hampton, respectively. So coming into the 2025 season, both the girls and boys track team won, so their record is 1-0. The girls won 81-52, while the boys won 80-60 against Haddon Township. And of course, in the first meet, Bright John tied the school record for the long jump yesterday, which is very impressive for the first meet of the year. Now, Siano, what are your expectations this year for both girls and boys track?
Well, first, I think it's crazy that Laurel had beat that record by, 17 feet?
Yeah.
Is that the math on there?
She's
I'm
a
not sure if I'm
master.
correct, but it was 131 from 114. That's incredible. Shout out to her. Hope she's doing well in college. For the girls, the expectation is to compete and win. Every time we're running, every time we're throwing, anything with the track realm, they're going to compete. They're going to be good. For the boys, I'm excited to see kind of like what Bright John can do. Really, what can he do? I mean, state championship in soccer, which we touched on, state championship in winter track, and already tying the long jump record at 22 feet, 6 inches, 6¼ inches. I mean, it's just incredible what this kid can do.
Yeah, that's insane. We've seen actually a lot of broken records this year for track in the winter, so hopefully looking forward to more of that in the spring.
Definitely going to happen. I mean, if it's happening and we're tying on the first meet, I'm sure it's going to happen throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah. And with this track, we're going to now move on to the half marathon team. Maddie, what would you like to talk about that?
The Sterling Half Marathon team, yes. It's April 6th on Atlantic City Boardwalk, 13.1 miles. Now,
Ouch.
I am actually a part of the half marathon team. This is my first ever time running a half marathon, and I'm so excited. The half marathon team, honestly, it's just such an amazing group of kids and adults. We have good coaches, Phillips and Strauss, behind the camera.
Ooh.
And, just being a part of that team is really exciting, and knowing that we all are going to run together and, finish the crossing line together and getting to wear our medals together and, taking that team photo is, it's really exciting. And, for me, running my first marathon, it's going to mean a lot to me knowing that I have a good support system with my team, and it is honestly a good group. It's really much I can say, it's just really good group, and it's really exciting being part of the half marathon team.
That sounds fun.
I'm not jealous in the least bit there. Good luck.
You don't want to run 13 miles, Mr.
No, I'm good. My
Siano?
running days are over.
You
My
could-
running days are over.
You could walk it. You could walk it.
I'm getting some heckling here from the crowd.
Hey, I'm just saying, losers are losers. So now we're going to move on to not a losing team. We're going to the esports team. This is their current upcoming schedule. They will be playing today against
Manchester Township, right?
Manchester Township,
Yeah, Super Smash Bros. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Right now they're ranked 1 in Group 2, okay, with that 3-0 record. So it's, again, another impressive season for our Smash Bros. Team. Esports are killing it. Great job. Keep up the good work.
They've had runner-up in states 2 times.
Yeah, this is the year. We're winning it this year.
This is the year, and there's only 3 members, and they're all juniors.
Yeah,
so there's also next year,
Yeah,
too.
it's also next year, but I'm worried about this year. Let's get it done.
This year, I know. All right, so talking about that, we're going to move on to another winning team, Jazz Band. So Sterling is currently ranked number 3 and was ranked 2nd last year in the New Jersey Association for Jazz and Education Finals, which basically means they ranked 2nd in the state. And they also currently have winning awards for Best Trumpet, Best Rhythm, and last year they won the Best Section for Trombones. They're currently graduating about 7 seniors this year, and many of them have been on this jazz team since it first began being so successful. So this is their new upcoming schedule. They have a meet actually this Saturday on the 29th at Kingsway. So best of luck to them, and hope that goes well. Hope they win.
Yeah, good luck.
So now we're going to move on to the musical, which just finished up, unfortunately. We performed Mamma Mia. So I was actually part of the cast of Mamma Mia as an assistant dance captain, and I think the experience was great. Friday night, we actually sold out for the first time in 19 years, that was a great feeling. But I wonder what it was like on Friday night, Maddie, when you were actually there for the sellout. How was it?
The show on Friday night was amazing. I sat, I guess you could say, the left side of the auditorium, and you know, something that I realized was about the people in the audience is there was no phones. Everyone was just there enjoying it, and the amount of people that were just so shocked on how talented these people were in the musical was just so amazing. I really enjoyed it, and definitely would come back next year.
Yeah, we have a lot of underclassmen, Mr. Siano, so what do you look forward to seeing for next year's and the years after musicals?
Well, let me just touch on something. I was here Saturday night for the production, and I've been in education for a while, and I've never seen anything remotely close to that. It was, like Maddie said, it was amazing. Shout out to Miss Blankenship, Mr. Farr, Mr. Young, everybody involved, the cast, the crew, the ensemble. It was just a great production. For me, the coolest thing about that for Mamma Mia was watching all the athletes up there.
Yeah.
It felt like the entire ensemble and crew were athletes, which is great that we can kind of make people multifaceted here. You know, be able to play a sport, be able to be in the musical, and that's kind of something I'm striving to happen here, and I'm very happy it ended up that way.
Yeah.
And in terms for the future, I'm ready to go. So when you guys have the next musical ready to go, I'm here, ready to watch it. So let's go.
Yes. Well, we're going to keep talking with you. So we'd like some side notes from you, some overall
Oh my
opinions.
gosh.
Side notes with Siano.
All right. Well, thank you for that right there.
Look
Side
at him
notes.
playing football down there.
Whoever made this slide, it's quite impressive. Yeah, at one point I was an athlete, guys. That bottom middle one there where there's hair on there,
Ooh,
I
yikes.
mean, I don't know what that
That
is.
had to be from what?
What happened?
10 years ago?
10 years would be an understatement. I would say, quick math here, maybe 20.
Ooh.
Closer to 20, so the hair's gone, but whatever, okay? Thank you for that, Mr. Strauss. I appreciate you. Couple things here to end here for me. Like we mentioned, I was not... this one here? Oh, sorry. I mentioned I was not on the broadcast last time, but we did have a little special presentation for me. So Cammie and Ryan actually had some T-shirts with my face on it. I don't know who came with the idea, but thank you for that. It was great.
It was Cammie.
Mr. Clank, I just want to thank you for filling in. All right, Sean, it was a fantastic job. He did great. It was pretty seamless from what I watched. I expect him to sing the theme song from next time.
Of course.
I mean, that
Best
voice was angelic. So let's get a theme song going that we can play. We already touched on a musical. Again, great job on that. And then I always find out that the show is online from my family. So my brothers, who both live in North Carolina, I guess they subscribe to 19, and they're the first ones to say great job on the show. So I want to shout out to my brothers Dan and Steve and their families. It's kind of cool that we have people watching other states, and I appreciate that. And as always, go Knights.
GKS. So that's a wrap for our preseason of spring sports. We're going to take a really quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be sitting down with Miss Kirk talking about our unified sports team that she just created, and we're going to get back to you after this.
It's time again for the Neurodiversity Walk on April 17th during bells 2 and 3. Bracelets are just $5. You can purchase a bracelet and get a permission slip. Only 300 bracelets are available on a first-come, first-served basis. Sales will start April 1st to April 11th during Blue and Silver.
We all walk together.
Hope to see you on April 17th.
Welcome back to Siano on the Sidelines show. I'm Maddie Sims, joined by Karina Justice, and we'd like to thank our athletic director, Mr. Siano, for joining us in that first segment. We'd now like to welcome Ms. Kirk, coach of the Unified Sports Team.
Hi, Miss Kirk. So we have some questions for you. Would you like to start off by telling us, what is this Unified Sports program? What does it do? What is it?
So Unified Sports is a club for people with and without intellectual disabilities. So it's just open to anybody. And this season we're starting with track and field just in an inclusive setting. So I'm just really excited to have it here.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, Ms. Kirk, what inspired you to create a unified sports team here at Sterling?
So in college, when I went to Rutgers, I was actually part of a unified program. And it was hands down the best experience of my time in college. I made so many great friends, and we would have tournaments where we would kind of just make posters for some of our teammates, or we also made some cardboard cutouts of their faces to also cheer them on as they were playing, which was super cool, and they got really into it and kept them, which was awesome to see. So I knew as soon as I came to Sterling, I wanted to be part of something similar and just bring the same kind of energy that comes from Unified.
Awesome. That sounds great. So how do you think that this program's looking this year, and how do you look forward to seeing it evolve over the years, hopefully, that you're going to continue it?
So far, we have about 6 people participating in our after-school practices, and we also host a lunch activity for people as well, so that's been really great to see. We've got about over 10 kids who attend that. And while we don't have a lot of numbers right now, we have a ton of enthusiasm from the people who have been attending, which is great. And we also do expect it to grow in the future. We're hoping to add basketball next winter, and then the following year we're hoping to add soccer in the fall to just get some more people out and give them more opportunities to join.
Awesome. So make sure if you didn't already, go back and scan that QR code, get some more information on this, and complete your R School and turn in your physical if you want to be a part of that. If you go back to our other athletic director show, you can see how to do R School. So,
Yep. Now, what are the ways you wish for the school to get involved and support this program?
I think so far the school's been really great with helping us get it started. We also got to participate in freshman orientation, so a lot of the kids coming in next year will already know what the club is. And that's a huge barrier, is just like
Yeah.
informing people what it is, which is why I'm here today. And I also just think on like a larger scale, getting the school involved, if they could just cheer us on at some of our competitions that we hope to have this year.
Yeah, maybe we can involve you in like a pep rally or something,
That would
because
be
this could be like a
awesome.
community event. If you look on that picture, that seems fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you think that like some strengths and some weaknesses are that people in this program will be bringing?
I mean, I really only see strengths coming into
Yeah.
the program. I think there are a lot of misconceptions about what some people are able to do, and coming in that might be a barrier. But once they get there, it's just all about having fun and teaching kind of social connections through sports, and only strengths that they're coming with.
That's good. I'm glad.
Yeah. So, how can Sterling create a more inclusive and friendly environment for these athletes?
I would say having the opportunity to create this club, and being so willing and accepting of that, and really just being patient with a lot of these athletes if it might be their first time playing a sport. Just like if someone hands you a bike, you don't know how to ride it. So same thing is applying here. Just kind of give it some time and just teach them skills that they haven't learned yet.
So are you planning on expanding this outside of the district or participating with any other schools? Because I believe Highland is also has a unified sports program as well.
Yes, so Coach Strauss actually has a connection at Highland, so we'll be hopefully reaching out to maybe do something with them. And we've also been in contact with Audubon, so we're hoping to set up a meet at some point this season as well.
Well, I'm glad you started this program. I like the idea of making it all inclusive and making sure everybody has such like a good opportunity to just express themselves when they haven't always had the opportunity to. So I think it's a really good idea.
Exactly. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for having
Of
me.
course.
Of course.
So that'll be it for our athletic director show today. Thank you, Ms. Kirk, for joining us. Thank you again, Mr. Siano.
And if you guys want the latest sports news, please go follow Go Night Sports on Instagram. Our athletic director, Siano, runs that, and it'll give you the latest updates and schedules and games for our sports.
Our next show is going to be in 2 weeks, and we're going to have another guest, surprise guest. Thank you for joining us. Have a good day.
And as always, Go Knights.
Woo.